Good morning, this is day 20 of cycling from Bangkok to Shanghai. We are a little bit late as usual, but today we were able to get a hot coffee in the morning because we had a kettle, so it's already 7:20. We are late o'clock and the bicycles are ready to go, and so are we. Both of us had the sleep of a century, if you will, because look at where we slept. Just basically on the side of the mountain in one of these little houses here. It's a little bit windy this morning, but I think it's just because we're on the bottom of those mountains here. The sun is just going up. Oh, we're feeling a little bit more rested because obviously this night we didn't have as many troubling factors that we had the night before. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. We have another, it's about 70 kilometers or so to the Vietnam border, but we're still waiting for Luke's visa, so I think we might not necessarily go all the way today. I think we might go tomorrow, depending on if the visa arrived or not.
Wow, talk about a perfect way to wake up. Absolutely beautiful, watching the sunrise over the limestone mountains of Laos. This is something else. Straight onto the dirt roads to get out of our accommodation, and today we head towards Lak Sao, just under 40 kilometers. A little bit of elevation ahead of us, not gonna lie. I think it's like 350 meters or so, but nothing crazy. I just can't get over the views in this particular area and where our guest house was. Beautiful. We will leave the name of the guest house here on the screen for you guys, just so you know where to go. Definitely a recommendation. A little bit expensive because it's on the Tak Hek loop, so a lot of tourists do stay there. But it's very nice. You're literally staying at the foot of a mountain, and there's a nice cold spring as well, so it's a nice place.
There seems to be some very heavy traffic here in the morning. It's a very busy village. It's nearly like a traffic jam. All of these cute little cows from Laos and all of their little calves. They're like so surprisingly small. I keep saying it, but they are very small. Oh, this mama wants me to get out of the way. You okay? You okay? Sabaidi, good morning.
Sabaidi.
And the doggy, of course. Hello, doggy. Good morning.
This village here, by the way, that leads up towards where we were just staying is very, very fascinating. It's quite literally just on a red dirt road that connects all the way from the main road up through this village and then towards where that guest house is. So it's a very unique location where we stayed last night. Very, very just sort of off the road and away from all of the hustle and bustle of the main street that leads towards Vietnam. This village here is proper Lao. Hello! Sabaidi! This is Lao techno at 7 a.m. in the morning in the village. Smoke flying through the air from people sautéing different types of intestines. Yeah, this is a proper Laotian village here up in the mountains. Sabaidi! Hello!
Onto the main road. I just got the notice that we are going to stay on this road for 33 kilometers. So yeah, it will be a lot of straight today. I hope not too much up and down. There will be some, but hopefully not as much.
So in the morning time you'll see a few people on the side of the road here selling corn. Whoa. Oh, Jesus, there's a whole chunk of that road just missing. You see people selling corn, as you can see here. Corn seems to be very commonly grown. Obviously rice is king, like rice is number one, but there is a huge amount of cornfields here up in the mountains. Very cool. It's nice to see. And yeah, there's nothing better than a nice corn on the cob every now and then. Hello! They've no idea how to respond when they see a foreigner. Like I'll say like Sabadi, hello, good morning, whatever. And you're just met with stares. Which it's cool because it kind of lets you know that you're in territory where like not that many people have passed through, and it's a nice feeling. Gives you that sort of exploration badge of honor, I guess, when someone looks at you like they've never seen a foreigner before.
How peaceful is this? First thing in the morning. It's really nice and quiet. Not much traffic, just the kids kind of going to school. On this beautiful village route. Wow. Small little villages here are really charming. I like them a lot.
Well, this is where it gets a little interesting. Cycling quite literally under the cliff faces of these massive graphite and limestone mountains. Just have a look at this. Unbelievable. We have a lot of issues around these parts, obviously, with landslides. Now obviously at the moment it's so dry, the weather is very dry, so it's not so much of an issue. Once it starts raining here, chaos. Roads closed, villages lose power a lot of times. Running water, like we experienced already. We had 24 hours of no access to electricity and no water. It's the real deal out here. It's still in many places quite literally the Wild West, it feels like. It's unfortunate I feel so bad for a lot of the people that are living like under these conditions, because they don't really have a choice, do they? Unbelievable views everywhere. In every direction the views are just mind-blowing, honestly.
This type of a situation makes me a little bit uneasy. It's very pretty to look at. Still don't want to cycle under it. You need a calculator?
Okay, 35.
She's chopping the bamboo. Nice picture. Or maybe it's sugar cane, or no, it's bamboo.
No, it's bamboo, yeah.
I think it's bamboo.
Oh, Quartet? Germany. Top chai.
Bye bye. And so the elevation starts. Legs are still feeling a little bit bad. Kind of acidic, I want to say. Because we didn't take our usual rest day off. So we're now on day 5 of cycling in a row, and it's definitely noticeable. Wow. What goes up must come down, right? Oh. I love just rolling downhill and doing absolutely nothing. It's the best. Ooh, it's a long downhill too. Yeah. I thought it was going to be a short one. Oh no, there's a steep incline at the end. I thought it was a really long hill. Yeah. No! Let's speed up to get as much momentum as possible. Yeah, that worked.
Keep in mind now, today is particularly exhausting because this is our 5th day in a row on the bikes. We just calculated that there a second ago. So we haven't had a rest day now in 5 days, largely due to the issue that we had with the blackout in the last guest house. That was supposed to be our rest guest house, and then it turned out to be just an absolute nightmare. So 5th day on the bike, and I have to say the mountains are as unforgiving as always. So it's pretty tough. Both of our legs are fried already and we're only 12 kilometers in. Oh.
I actually thought that I had a flat tire because of how difficult it was. I just stopped there to check if I had a flat tire, but my legs are just fried, so it's just difficult.
Whew. Thankfully, we have acknowledged that we can't go more than about 30 per day. So 30 kilometers a day seems to be like kind of the sweet spot with the elevation. So I think if we keep it between 25 and 35 a day, we should be okay.
That's what I said, like it's 70 kilometers to the border. If we manage to get to Lak Sao today, that was like 30, I think, or something like that. So the remaining day is really just one after that, so we'll be fine. Just need to wait for Luke's visa.
Yep, Vietnam, here we come, hopefully, soon. Sometimes it's crazy to just sort of look at this paved road and then look at those wooden houses with the jungle or the mountains and the heavy dense foresty jungle, and just imagine what this place was like before these paved roads came about. It must have been crazy. Right here in front of me you can see where a landslide recently happened. So there's basically, one sec. Basically you can see where the dirt kind of disconnected from the roots, all of the exposed roots of the trees. Just along here where my fingers are, that's all tree roots, and all of the dirt just basically got ripped and pulled down, probably covered this street, and they cleared and threw the rest of the leftover trees in there. But it's pretty crazy to see. It's kind of unsettling to see in a way as well, because we're literally currently pushing our bikes up a mountain, and then you stumble across something like this, and it's kind of like, okay, you're reminded that the only issue is not the elevation. There's a lot of other factors that need to go into this. Control your cow, woman. Bye-bye, Dee. Oh, that cow was out of control. It was pulling her down the street.
I want a banh mi, give me a banh mi. Everybody know. I want a banh mi. Look. I want a banh mi.
Give me a banh mi.
It's a doggly woggly. Hello, Mr. Doggly woggly. Luke just said we might have made it to the high point. I mean, hello. Looking around, there's not much mountain left to go up, so at least on the left and the right, just a little bit. Might as well, let's just hope for the best. Say this is the mountaintop. Bye-bye. Oh, would be nice if we could just roll all the way down to Lak Sao. But with our proven track records, it probably won't be. Just trying to pick up a little bit of speed so that in case it goes up on the other side, I'll at least have the momentum. Pothole!
Yoo-hoo! More downhill!
Pothole!
Pothole!
Okay, I think there might actually be more uphill coming. Yep. Looking at the left now, the mountains, and straight ahead. Yeah, there will be a little bit more uphill. That's okay though.
You know it's bad when the trucks and even the scooters are going this slow. Some of the roads are pretty nightmarish. Massive potholes. The bus drivers don't care though. The bus drivers just drive at like 60 kilometers per hour into the potholes, and then they're wondering how they have flat tires. Well, we're currently about 4 kilometers away from Lak Sao, which supposedly is the next sort of semi-developed town toward the border of Vietnam. So far, it's not looking too good. Not looking great. Wow. That's very sort of Soviet Red Army hammer and sickle-ish. It's the first time we've seen something like that so far in Laos. Very interesting. You see a lot of that in Eastern Europe, obviously. Do you see it still in Eastern Germany in some parts? No, it's kind of all been knocked down in Eastern Germany, but yeah, there's still a good part of Russia, I think, where you can also Russia, Belarus, etc., where you can find stuff like that too. Obviously here, you see it quite a bit in Vietnam as well. That's one of the things that we're excited about getting back to Vietnam. Those types of things. All of the history, all of the architecture, and of course, Vietnamese food.
Let's
go! I can't wait for a banh mi. This entire section bush here, it's burning, casually just burning, and we just cycled face first through it. Oh, that was horrible. All right, gentlemen, gentlewomen, and all of the Dem crowd, welcome inside of the room. So we have a big double bed. Doesn't seem like we have electricity, so that's nice. Or is the switch not on yet?
I think I turned on the bathroom, maybe?
Ah, there we go.
Yes.
We have lights. So we basically are staying in. We just rocked up here. We don't have any booking. We haven't booked anywhere except for the one place
that we hated.
That we absolutely hated. So we decided we're just not going to book anything from now on. We're just going to show up. 130,000 kip, which is like €5, I think. So, like $5.
And it's the second cheapest.
Yeah. Second cheapest place so far. It's actually spotlessly clean for the most part. The walls are just it's just a little bit of age to the walls. Bathroom, yeah, as simple as you want for €5 a night. So you have the shower, toilet, sink, bing bash boom. Just a wet room basically. And Wi-Fi and everything else like that. Obviously, so there's some available around here. Saw like 1 or 2 routers, and fan is actually, believe it or not, because we're in the mountains, very, very good. Because last night we had an AC room and we were like, oh, we're going to need it because it was hot during the day. It was freezing cold. Like, I woke up, I never sleep with covers on, I just sleep usually as it is, just on top of the bed. Naomi likes the covers. But in the middle of the night, at like 2 a.m, I woke up shivering. So I just immediately went under the covers. And we had the AC and we didn't even use it, but we paid more for the AC. So this time, we're not going to pay more for the AC. And it should be fine. Have a look at the view. Another mountain view guest house as well. This part of Laos is naturally very beautiful. The only thing that's sticking in my mind right now is we didn't see an ATM here and we are running low on cash.
I mean, if we will get the Vietnam visa today or tomorrow, I think we could be fine.
Yep.
But we're not that far from Vietnam now, so it's basically just 30 kilometers that way.
Yep.
And then there's already Vietnam.
Crazy.
Second country done.
We've been in Laos for a week now.
Even, yeah.
I think this is our 6th day in Laos, and we've basically cycled through the country, and now we're a day away, basically 30 kilometers away from Vietnam. Very cool, very motivating. I feel like, yeah, cycled through 2 entire countries. That's wild.
It's insane. I do have to say though, today was a little bit tough because we didn't get the rest day, and I just felt like my legs were kind of made of jello or something. I don't know, I just didn't vibe with today, but I'm happy that we got there in the end.
Yep. This guest house, by the way, is called Pa Suk. So PHASOUK guest house, and it's still on the Tak Hek loop. So there will be people, I think, probably later on arriving on their scooters, probably from Tak Hek. This might be the first stop from Tak Hek for people to stop by on. So